Hello, friends. Welcome back to our channel where the Bible comes to life. Today, we'll dive into the fascinating story of Bel and the Dragon, one from the book of Daniel, known as the Daniel edition. This narrative is not found in the original Hebrew Bible, but in the Greek translation called the Septuagint. It's part of the deuterocanonical books, which are included in the Catholic Bible. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever encountered a situation where you knew something was not right, but felt pressured to go along with it anyway? Well, that's what Daniel went through when he was taken to Babylon after its king Nebuchadnezzar conquered his home city of Jerusalem. He ended up at the royal palace where he took care of the king's 5 sons, including evil Merodach, who eventually took the throne as Nebuchadnezzar's successor. As time passed, King Evil Merodach built a magnificent temple dedicated to his favorite god, Bel, and every day they placed fresh food before this idol and announced, "O Bel, eat." Then the priest would claim that Bel had eaten it all. Now, you might be wondering, who or what was Bel? In simple terms, Bel was like an Egyptian god, kind of like Zeus for the Babylonians. They thought he was super powerful, controlling everything. You know how some people today put their trust in things like money, fame, or even social media followers instead of God? Well, that's what people did back then with Bel. They believed he was the ultimate authority. One day Daniel was hanging out near the temple when the priests came in carrying roasted meat, wine, and fragrant incense. They put it all in front of Bel and started chanting, "O Bel, eat." Daniel couldn't hold back and burst out laughing. Everyone stared at him in disbelief. Then he told them, "You guys are clueless. That statue doesn't eat anything." The priests got angry, so the king asked Daniel, "Are you saying that Bel isn't God?" Daniel replied, "Nope, just a fake statue made by human hands." This didn't sit well with the king, especially since the entire kingdom believed Bel was a real god. So he threw Daniel into the lion's den. You know those places where they kept dangerous wild animals like lions and tigers? Daniel was thrown into one of those without any food or water, just a big old hole in the ground filled with hungry lions. Imagine being trapped in a dark, scary place with only hungry lions around you. That's what Daniel faced, but he didn't panic. Instead, he prayed to God, asking for help. The next morning, the king rushed to the den to see Daniel. To his surprise, Daniel was alive and well. The door to the den was wide open. When the king asked Daniel why the door was open, Daniel pointed out that no chains or ropes were used to secure it. He simply shut the door, and it closed on its own. Then the king ordered that the priests be brought before him. Those priests had sneaked in the previous night through a secret passageway hidden behind the statue of Bel. They planned to take the offerings secretly and eat them themselves. However, they left their footprints behind in the ashes on the temple floor. And when the morning light hit the ashes, their footprints became visible, exposing their lie. They had tried to hide, but there was nowhere to run. Their secret was out. The king was furious and banished them from the city. They lost their jobs and couldn't keep fooling anyone anymore. But wait, there's more. There was another sneaky trick played by these priests. See, the Babylonians also worshipped a giant dragon as a god. It was like a huge snake, really scary. People thought it was a real god and were terrified of it. At first, King Evil Merodach didn't believe in this dragon god thing, but over time, he started acting like everyone else. He even built a temple for this dragon. Every night, the king and his court would watch as the dragon devoured whole lambs, pigs, and bulls. It seemed like a real monster, terrifying everyone. One day, the priests told the king that the dragon god demanded 2 more sacrifices, a male and a female from the royal family. The king wanted to protect his own kids, so he decided to sacrifice his advisor's son and daughter instead. Daniel, who was close to the family, couldn't stand this. He went to the king and said, "Let me take care of those sacrifices. I'll bring you 2 animals that look just like the ones you want." The king agreed and sent Daniel away with 30 pieces of gold for buying the animals. So Daniel went to the marketplace, But instead of buying animals, he found a potter and told him to make 2 clay statues shaped like lambs. He paid the potter and took the statues to the dragon's temple. The priests were confused because Daniel hadn't brought any actual lambs. He just had these clay statues. But they had no idea what Daniel was up to. They put the statues in the pit where the dragon supposedly ate the sacrifices. Then Daniel took some pitch, melted it, and poured it over the dragon's mouth. Afterwards, he grabbed the clay lamb and dropped it into the pit. The dragon inhaled the fumes from the pitch, and smoke billowed out of its nostrils. Then it sneezed violently, spewing fire and smoke. Daniel quickly took the second lamb and dropped it into the pit. The dragon tried to breathe fire again, but it couldn't. Instead, it coughed and spit out a ball of flame. That was the end of the dragon. Everyone watching was stunned. No one could believe that the mighty dragon god, feared by everyone, was just a regular snake. News spread quickly, and soon everyone knew that Daniel had defeated the dragon, revealing its true form. Now, you might be wondering why we should care about a story from long ago involving people worshiping snakes and statues. Well, it's more common than you think. Even today, many people put their faith in things that can't save them. Some trust in science or doctors, while others rely on religious leaders or rituals instead of going straight to God. It's like they're trying to take shortcuts. In the same way that those ancient people relied on Bel and the dragon, they seek help from anyone or anything except God. Remember this: no matter how scary a situation might seem, God is always there to help us. We don't have to turn to idols or false gods for help. Just like Daniel showed us, sometimes all we need to do is expose the lies and reveal the truth. If we trust in God and follow His path, we can overcome anything. I hope you enjoyed this story and learned something new. Don't forget to leave your comments below. It's like sharing your thoughts and ideas. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss out on our videos. You can also follow us on social media for daily inspiration. Stay connected. God bless you. Until next time.